What a strange custom. You may enter. Greetings, human. I must admit I do not quite understand your need to knock upon entering a room, human. Why ask permission to enter a space that is your own? Well, each species is subject to their own traditions. On my planet, it is the guest who shows courtesy, as their visits often impose on the host. They are responsible for providing the meals and entertainment to repay the host's generosity. Yes, I suppose I'm not in any position to fulfill either of those tasks, seeing as I am currently bedridden. What do I owe for this visit? I assume it has to do with the tray you are carrying. Ah, that explains the pleasant aroma that has wafted in the air for over an hour now. While I am grateful for the gesture, I must decline. That is quite a defensive expression. Are you taking my rejection as an insult? It is a matter of biology. Our immune systems are not the same. Therefore, it is unlikely that I can digest what Terran-based creatures consume. Your concern for me is touching. However, my kind do not require nourishment as often as yours do. Rest assured, plenty of my supplies survived the crash, and I will take my next meal within the next 20 to 30 hours. Thank you. That being said, I am sure that whatever you made is delicious. Oh, are you leaving so soon? I assume that this is another human custom. While the courtesy of privacy is appreciated, I have been isolated in this room for many night cycles now. Until I restore communications with my people or they come to retrieve me, I am alone. You are the only life form I have conversed with since my ship crashed. It would please me greatly if we sat together and talked, even if only for a short time. Perhaps, if you're comfortable, you could bring the food you made and eat here with me? I suspect another cultural difference here, though, to confirm, this would not be considered imposing. I invited you to join me, didn't I? Excellent. Give me a moment to make room for you. No, I am fine. Just a little stiff, that's all. Sit here with me. Please, do not hold back on my account. By all means, eat. It looks like a slew of severed Minthra tentacles. But the fragrance is divine. What is this dish called? Ramen. Ramen. Oh, fascinating. Ah, yes. Thank you for asking. The room you graciously offered to me is both accommodating and comfortable. The structural weaknesses in your walls, what are they called again? Right. Windows. These windows allow for plenty of sunlight to fill this room, and they have sealed up my wounds faster than expected. How does the sunlight help? How to explain this? My kind are photonucleic. We absorb and process stellar energy. The closest star, the one you call Sol, emits very strong electromagnetic radiation, which has sped up my recovery at an incredible rate. Yes, take a look. The more grievous injuries on my torso have already mended. My appendages, too. I can flex them better than yesterday. My cheek. Oh, do not worry. The skin was tender, but it is completely healed now. Why are you sorry? Yes, for all you knew, I was trying to hurt you, and you acted in self-defense. I bear no grudge against you for reacting the way you did. Your guilt is unnecessary. We were both in a highly stressful situation. You were trying to tend to my wounds, and I was unable to communicate with you. You could not have known that my kind are capable of learning foreign languages instantaneously through lip contact. Do not fear. I have made a mental note that lip contact is highly offensive to humans. I swear to you on all the knowledge that I possess, it will never happen again. Oh, hopefully I will not take up too much more of your generous hospitality. Once I am able to walk, I will make efforts to repair my ship's communication system. That is, assuming I am able. What do you mean? Well, I am calm because I am grateful to be alive, and I have complete confidence that my colleagues will come for me. I will not be stranded here for too much longer. I am sure of it. Thank you for your concern, but you seem to be under the impression that I am experiencing some sort of traumatic shock. That is not the case. To arrive on an undiscovered planet with new life forms to study, it is an opportunity many in my stead would long for, even if it is under vastly different circumstances. A forewarning would have been preferable, but it can't be helped this time. You are right. While I am eager to explore this new world, I am not in any condition to do so. I will endeavor to remain calm and allow my body to heal. But while I rest, I must make the most of the circumstances presented to me. Now would be a good time for me to become better acquainted with my gracious hostess. Please, tell me about yourself. There is nothing to tell. Forgive me, but I find it difficult to believe that someone as brave and selfless as you is uninteresting. Who was it who dragged me out of a fiery wreckage without any regard for her own safety? How can you say that there is nothing worth telling about yourself? Is this another human oddity? Extreme humility that borderlines on self-deprecation? Or is it that you are uncomfortable sharing personal information with me? Oh, that is true. You are in the middle of eating. Ah, well, do you have any questions for me then? Ask anything, and I will try to answer to the best of my abilities. What would you like to know? Aside from my ultraviolet metabolism and nocturnal tendencies. Well, it is quite a story. Where should I start? Very well, I was born on stardate 16/23/42. Oh? Not that far back? You did say the beginning, did you not? Ah, I see. The beginning meaning significant details regarding myself before the crash. That is easy enough. My official title is Ambassador Cardlin, but really I am first and foremost a scientist. In your language, the term would be xenobiologist, one who studies creatures from other worlds. I am one of the lead scientists in Quadrant B6. This is the largest collection of xenobiology-focused academics in the Ursus Arctos galaxy. After many years of pursuing this field, it was decided for me by my superiors that my accolades and skills would be best served in politics, and I was trained to become an ambassador. The scientific background allows me to familiarize myself with other races more efficiently, and then I use diplomatic efforts to attempt and establish peaceful relationships with them. You are quite observant. Yes, that is precisely why I speak so formally. Call it an occupational habit. After all, it would be a grievous error if I made a bad impression and offended an unknown race. Yes, I suppose I have already done that, haven't I? Had you not forgiven my error, I could have mistakenly started a war over lip contact. If only all species were as merciful as you. Oddly enough, it was for that very reason that I ended up here, on your planet. Not exactly. If only it were for something as easy to explain as unwarranted lip contact. This was something else. There was a conflict with a hostile species. To this day, I still do not understand their motives, but they threatened war with my planet, and it was my mission to escort an envoy of our finest scientists and diplomats to their base of operations and attempt to negotiate a peace treaty. Our ships entered your system and passed the giant planet when a small fleet ambushed us. Unprovoked and unchallenged, they opened fire on us. I am unsure. It may be the same species we were attempting to contact, but I could not identify their craft during the battle, and they blocked communications with us. I just wish I knew what they wanted, and why they attacked us. It was terrifying. Our ships were built for exploration, not combat. We were not equipped to handle their missiles. I still remember the alarm systems ringing in my ears, how the lights flickered as my ship struggled to maintain power. The screaming seemed to last for hours, but only moments had passed. The vessel was well equipped with escape pods, so I stayed behind, took command of my ship, and drew all enemy fire so that my colleagues could escape. Usually I refrain from condoning such vulgarity, but in this case, I agree with you. I lost the attackers in the asteroid belt, but not without causing extensive damage to my ship. A missile punctured the fuel tank, so a journey home was impossible, but I could not stay and risk my shields taking more missiles. I jumped to warp blindly, hastily thinking that anything was better than dying in the void of space. And that is how I crashed here. Did any of them follow me here? That I do not know. Does this information unnerve you? You have this very, what would be the most suitable word for it? Thoughtful look in your eyes. What? No. You flatter me, but my motivations were nothing as close to something as noble as martyrdom. I was very indignant. It was spite, not bravery, that drove my actions. We are scientists, and our only intention was to negotiate peace. That these, whoever they were, attacked us without any warning and endangered the lives of my team. The universe is better off without such vile creatures, even if I was only able to take one of them out. Forgive me. A dignified ambassador should not be saying such harsh things. That was inappropriate. What do you mean? You are very gracious. However, I must respectfully disagree. Watching you delicately pick up your raw man with your primitive utensils, I have a hard time believing that you would do the same in my place. There is no need to resort to name-calling. It was not an insult, merely an observation. You said before that you were surprised by my calmness in regards to the situation. I believe the human term is likewise. Despite everything you have seen and heard, you are not easily deterred. You have not allowed fear or prejudice to sway you from caring for me in my vulnerable state. I have not felt any fear from you. Caution, yes, but accompanied with understanding and kindness. From all my experience, it is always expected that first encounters with new races could potentially be volatile. But with you, it has been quite the opposite. Please, tell me, are all humans as kind and as hospitable as you? Is this an exercise in modesty, or are you being truthful? Oh, that is disappointing. Thank the stars I found one of the rarer breeds of humanity, not to mention an aesthetically pleasing one at that. That was not the right phrase. Allow me to amend my statement. What I meant was... why are you laughing? Oh, well, that was not my intention, but if you found it to be humorous, then I am glad. Especially when you smile like that. It makes me feel less guilty for all the trouble I have caused you. I see you have finished your meal. And judging from that yawn, I am going to guess that you are ready to retire. More human courtesies? Do not worry. I will find ways to occupy my time. Your view of the night sky is incredible through these windows. Perhaps I will watch your stars for a bit, familiarize myself with them. Are you certain? You have done so much for me already. You need not stay up on my account. I may not be human, but I know what risks accompany a lack of proper sleep. Well, of course I want you to stay with me, but if... Very well. No, you are right. Who am I to tell a grown-ass woman what to do? Then yes, by all means, stay with me. Please.